Hello friends, welcome back to Penny Light. Today I'm in Pune city. I visited I visited Mr. Shashank Inamdar, who makes handmade fountain pens under the brand of Sage Pens. So he simply not do the pens as a commercial activity. He do the pens as a passion and for his own purpose as well as for sale. He don't do the pens in a batches. He do individual pen, and he also do some textured pen. He use ebonite, acrylic as well as derlin for making the pens. He will say pen making in live now. He will show how what is the procedure he is following for making the pen, and most of his tools are all um, all his own made tools. Very less power tools he will use. Most of his activities goes under handmade.
Little more is required.
This is what you're doing is cap, huh?
Top cap.
Uh,
Finial. Finial. I have another contraction for triple star threads. That is very unique to me. Now this is triple star thread. But eventually they will become interchangeable. 1 ton, less than a ton. Because now this is having threading up to this. Generally, I keep threading not up to the end. You have to have some lip for any pen, other pen. This is a single star. So there has to be a lip. So it sits perfectly and coaxially.
Customized for you or
No, I made myself.
this is completely made by you?
No, myself. Complete setup. Not this. This is the one first I bought from Chinese lathe. No, I convert. It's a lathe only. I won't use it for turning and all. It is only for buffing now. Buffing and tool grinding. On the other side, I put the grinding wheel. Because that is high speed. These are slow speed, like with tapping.
Okay. So currently what you are working is completely your own.
Yeah.
This will be very clear.
This is one.
So you prepare all the
This also myself.
and the first you prepare this cap and then you start balance.
Yeah, it can be any direction, but what I do is generally, I first make finial.
I want to make 4 pens.
Hmm.
You do individually 4
Yeah,
pens.
individually 4 pens. Yeah.
Not that first
No, no, no,
cap
no,
then 4 barrels.
no. All individually 4 pens.
The speed how it is turning, you can control manually or
Yeah,
standard speed.
no.
Okay, there you can control.
That is required because turning ebonite contains a lot of china clay in its, it's required in making of ebonite for pens.
Okay.
So china clay is one of the hardest material. It is kind of abrasive. It's a ceramic kind of. So that fine particles they blend to your tool so fast that one has to keep sharpening every pen at once or twice. So if I turn at lower speeds, then I get a good advantage that I don't have to really sharpen it very.
Okay.
In our case, what we do is, if my pens are 16 millimeters, my rods are almost 16 plus 0.2, 0.3 kind of, not more than that. So this is a barrel now.
So you do each them separately individually, not in the batches.
No.
So how much time it will take for completion? Full.
It is sometimes it depends on the material. What happens, I'll show you now this with this pen itself. The materials present some kind of impurities when it comes out actually. So if there are impurities, I need to again revisit the material, reduce the dimensions and all. So it can take up to 3.5 hours also sometimes.
Okay.
But generally 2.5 hours should be enough for me to make one pen. Yes, continuously. General like materials which are good to use. So I don't know whether because of this material whether this will be very good or not. I don't know as of now. But
machining, this threading is same, so you cannot use that one.
Huh? Heading is not same. Number of starts is different. Huh?
Okay, so back and front, you should be moving that machine. That's all.
Yes.
A regular machine, it will not move.
Yeah. I am making that machine also. Design is complete. I am not finding time. So this kind of this setup, this spindle, I have got it made from a professional company now.
Okay.
This one. You see this. I got it made already, and I am making that machine which is just like the Hakase and Kiyoshi Kato use.
Oh, okay.
So this will be sliding in and out with a definitive pitch, and then it will be driven by the same motor and converted. This base has to change, otherwise everything is all right.
Bigger one. Okay.
So only
So
base
after that, this can be used as multi-start directly with
directly.
machine threading.
Yes, directly a single setup. Right now, in my case, what has happened is the multi-start. This setup is not correctly coaxial, so I have to spend a lot of time in aligning the threading.
Okay.
Otherwise, if it is coaxial, same machining axis, if I use for chasing, thread chasing, then probably my threads will be finished little faster.
Okay.
Now, if you see, this is not rotating at the correct axis. Little bit of wobble is there, right?
Okay. Yes.
This is right, but this particular attachment to the spindle is having a little bit of offset.
Okay.
So that's why this is this problem. Otherwise, this is fully workable solution, but it is not that right.
It's heating, huh?
Yeah, bit. The material has hardened. This material seems to be old with me.
Once you do heating and adjust this one, it will remain permanent.
Yeah, that will cool down. The moment it is cooled down, it will keep its shape. The shape is right at the moment. Okay. There is an interference of a small let it cool, and once I remove it, it will go and fix in the same place.
Okay, less than 1 ton it is. 1 ton.
1 ton. Less than 1 ton. So now what I do generally, in spite of having so much of it, because this all this being manual, what I have to, I told you in the morning, so I want a lot of perfection.
Yes.
So my problem is, in spite of doing this, I feel that this is not concentric. Well, it is. Technically, if you see, they are all in line.
Yeah.
But there is a small, I will show you, demonstrate it on this machine. You will notice that there is a small skewness, which is not noticeable, but I don't want that even to happen. So what I do is, after this is complete, all threading and all, now this is skew, if you see. So that is not noticeable, but I am not happy with, I never remain happy with that.
I think finishing will take a lot of time, right?
Yeah, finishing will take
a lot of time. I think now we started almost 1 hour before.
Yeah.
So we are able to make this body of this pen.
Body is complete now, except for...
So finishing, clipping, then section attachment.
Yes.
Then nib attachment. Yes. Buffing.
Sections, what I do is, sections I keep ready.
Okay.
In black, if it is black.
Yeah.
If someone wants the same color, so that is made along with the pen only.
And work will be same even for derlin or ebonite.
Yes, 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 yes. No, building work is little different.
Hmm.
You look at tap or drill, the
Okay.
size goes down. This is so sticky material, no? But very tough to work with
Because of its sturdiness.
because of the sturdiness and stickiness. Whenever I drill,
Okay, okay.
so,
Heat will affect.
so it will expand, and once I remove the drill out, the diameter I intended diameter is again lost. It is lesser. So now this has become concentric. So now finishing stage will come. Now polishing, finishing. So I have all kinds of. I usually start at 200. So this is 220.
Paper is same paper which used for the nib grinding.
Yeah. So this is.
But it is different.
It is different. This is very coarse. So this will use the first tool marks. Then comes 320. Then comes 400. Then these are 400 multiple. Then 800.
But if you work on a machine like CNC machine, this is not required. Is it?
No.
It will have different.
Yes. They don't have tool marks.
Okay.
This much. So you can directly go to 2000. Yes.
Marks itself will not be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So directly you can go to 2000. So this is 800. Like 1000 where it has gone, I don't know. But 1500, 2000. Then comes 5. There is 12,000. This 3,000. Then comes the last
So it
one.
depends upon the roughness of the material. You
Yes, yes.
Paper.
And roughness of the material, and as I was explaining, these materials present some kind of impurities sometimes. If you see, there are these black dots. So they are exposed only after polishing.
Yeah.
So I try to.
With many people, many makers saying that this ebonite issue is there.
So what happens is I try to minimize them as they are because mine are not supposed to make paints in identical dimensions. No?
Yes.
So I don't bother. But for the people with model name and everything, that is a big problem.
Yeah, they cannot change the dimensions.
This is my press. Actually, when you bought from me, so I don't have the high grade papers even then, I think.
Okay.
So polishing this I source very early. I got the best compound. I tried so many green, orange, violet, and everything.
Okay.
But then when came a time, then I found that this is suits best for ebonites and plastics and acrylics.
Derlin also will take same time of polishing time?
Derlin is not polished. Derlin I finish only on sanding. Generally.
It's almost same ebonite.
Yeah, finish I tried to. It took a lot of time. Because Derlin was developed in industry as a lubricating material.
Yes.
It is a solid lubricant, very high pressure and high temperature applications like heavy machinery moving along two surfaces. You apply a Derlin sheet in between, you don't need to apply oil or grease or anything.
Okay.
So it is sticky. It has a different property altogether. The laminas, they slide along. So when I try to do here, it's a micro cutting actually. The paste contains abrasive particles. This cake has abrasive particles of more than at least 20,000 grit. The finest.
What is 20,000?
More than 20,000.
Okay.
And at that high speed on the cloth, they are loaded into the cloth. So cloth has become a grinding wheel for that moment.
Okay.
And then that moves and that removes the material. So removal of material to that micro level is not possible in Derlin. Acrylics, yes. Acrylics have different challenges of their own. But acrylics can also be polished. Very tricky, and somehow because of my like liking for all the things that are handmade and all. I learned it very fast. I really waste much. Like the non-moving materials I started trying. So internal, external threads, I kept on doing, wasting. I must have thrown even 100 more pieces like this.
Okay.
But at a certain point, the helix is generated by way of one revolution. I have to index 1 mm. My hand with the chasing tool has to move 1 mm per revolution of this.
Oh, okay.
So then only the helix will be formed.
Then the machine turning should be slow. Otherwise, we should be fast.
Dominant son does it at a very high speed. This is the guy who I aspire to become.
Oh, okay.
So these are all my trials.
Now they started in multi-starting also. They also started multi-threading. They are also doing in the same.
No. They are multi-thread. They are doing different machines. They are doing on machines. So now the idea is, while this is revolving like this, let us say this is revolving like this. So I have to push it like this, 1 mm per revolution. 1 pitch per revolution, whatever pitch I have chosen, 1 pitch. If I am revolving in the other direction, it has to move away 1 pitch per revolution. So this is my preferred direction. Here I get a better control.
Okay. Because it is right side, you'll have more control.
Yeah, and I just learning. This is my learning that I get a better control this way. People may like to do it in this way. This is also possible because for internal threads I do this way. Like this.
Okay.
Like this, moving in. My restriction with the existing method that I employed earlier was using a tap for external, die for external tapping and a tap for the internal tapping. Okay. So this was my restriction. So for a nominal diameter, this, and for a nominal diameter that's it. So that was my limitation. But not what with this, there is no limitation. So in future, I can create pens which are very slim in nature.
Sleek pens,
very slim. Yes. So right now my pens are generally 15.6 to 16.2 mm diameter. So which are by normal standard, which are little thicker.
Yes.
So my idea is I should be able to make pens for all, even for students with small hands, the kids who really want to venture into. Because they don't have many options.
Yes.
So either they have to go for vintage pens which are very expensive, or the likes of Pelicans and pilots and platinums with a smaller section dia. So that's the idea why I went for the thread chasing. And then natural course I wanted to develop the multi-start threading. So right now I am working with 3 start, triple start, but it can be quadruple, it can be 2 start, it can be 5 start also if you require, it can be 6 start also. For in other cases in CNC environments, generally it is in the even numbers. It can be 2, 3 can be achieved, but 2, 4, 6. So I can have even 5 start if required. If the pen is very big, like 20 millimeter diameter pen, so I can. But for this small diameter pen, triple start is more than enough. And sometimes even double start also is okay. So single start is also not bad because 99% of pens in the world are single start. That's only 1%. But that gives you the flexibility of using pen with one hand if you want to take quick notes.
Yes.
So single start threads, it is not possible to operate with one hand, at least decapping. In Pune pen show when I launched my triple start pens, there were a lot of buzz around. I don't have many examples to sell, but whatever I had were sold, and there was a lot of buzz around. Many fountain pen enthusiasts wanted to see, wanted to experience, because all the imported like big brand pens are multi-start pens.
Multi-start pens, yes.
So
thank you very much, sir. So you have given a lot of insights and very detailed explanation.
yeah,
So people have to come and see here, because I have seen the 2 hours process I am showing in maybe some 15-20 minutes.
So and then there are certain the questions that you asked, people should ask them themselves. I welcome anybody who wants to really venture into this hobby to come down and see in person. I am always open. There is no secret. It's all artisanal way of doing pens, and then once you make a pen, you are the happiest person in the world.
Yeah, yes.
So buying a pen is a satisfaction for maybe a day or two, your great pen. But then making a pen is a satisfaction forever. That's what my experience at least is. I have been making pens since quite a few years now. So what happens is, there are certain speeds at which I do all the thread chasing, threading, actual turning, drilling. Drilling is done at the highest possible speed of my machine, and rest everything is the reduced speed. So probably what happens is the ebonite making process involves a lot of filler materials which are very hard in nature, although those are in powder form. So all the cutting tools lose their age very frequently.
Okay.
So if you reduce the speed, that experience that comes with the experience, because I don't measure the speed as such. I have a dial to control the speed, but there is no measurement. I don't know whether what RPM it is running. So if anybody wants to enter into this, or any kind of artisanal products which involve the lathe, like this front to back Japanese type of lathe, they should contact me. So I will be more than happy to help them in making their machines, sourcing their components, and even required a small kind of training or,
Yeah.
Thank you, Abhinesh.